Hello there friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sohum and today I'm going to be giving a first time reaction to a band called the Drive-By Truckers. We're going to be reacting to and analyzing their songs Decoration Day and Sinkhole, and this actually features an artist that we visited once on the channel before. His name is Jason Isbell. I've heard so many great things about Jason through the grapevine, and after my first time hearing Jason, I was very impressed by his songwriting and overall composition. I listened to a very melodic track, and I don't know what to expect today, but amazing guitars, amazing melodies, and potentially more, so I'm excited to find out for myself, and that is all because of Hila the Harmonic for making this donation request. Thank you so much, Hila. Now, let's just jump into the music. The song I heard before was Cover Me Up with the 400 unit.
It's Decoration Day. Never mind a rolling stone on his grave. What would he say? He'd say, keeping me down, boy, won't keep you away. It's Decoration Day. I knew the hill boys would put us away. My daddy wasn't afraid. He said we'd fight till the last loss of the last living day. Well, I never knew how it all got started. Problem with Holland before we were born. I don't know the name of the boy we tied down. We just couldn't walk anymore. But I know the caliber in Daddy's chest.
Oh wow.
I know what Holland Hill drives. Stay let him go, and I guess it was best. Nobody leads all those lost alive.
I love this melodic atmosphere here. It's going to take me a little bit to, I think, get used to the singing style, but I've got the lyrics pulled up on the side and we'll analyze them after this performance. Loving the melody here and that rasp in Jason's voice. It is so, what was the word? It is so like soul filling.
I guess it was best. Nobody leads all those lost alive. Daddy said one of the boys had come back, the lumberman's favorite son. Said beat him real good, but don't dare let him die. And if you see Holland Hill run, well, I said they ain't give us trouble before. Who we ain't brought down on ourselves.
Oh,
Put a chain on my back and my ears full. And I'll send all the hill boys to hill. I'll send all the hill boys to hill.
it's kind of like this story of the Lawson family and the Hill boys, or I guess the Hill family. Maybe I have it backwards. Let me keep listening.
I'll send all the hill boys to hill.
Oh, with the slide. much emotion in that. Reminds me a bit of Derek Trucks.
It's Decoration Day.
Decoration Day.
And I got a family in Mobile Bay.
I've never heard of the the phrase Decoration Day. Part of my brain is like, because there's like some beef in this story, there's like some feuding, maybe Decoration Day is a bit more morbid than initially might imply. Like decorating your walls with some kind of a red substance after a violent altercation. Maybe. I don't know, because I've never heard Decoration Day outside of, well, in any other context really.
And I got a family in Mobile Bay. They ain't never seen my daddy's grave. That don't bother me, it ain't marked anyway. 'Cause I got dead brothers in Lauderdale South. And I got dead brothers in East Tennessee. My daddy got shot right in front of his house. He had no one to fall on. It's Decoration Day. And I've a mind to go spit on his grave. If I'd have been a hill, I'd put him away. And I'd fly to the last months of last living day. I'd fly to the last months of the last living day. I'd fly to the
Yeah.
last months of the last living day.
This is what happens when great guitarists come together. Wow. I love how that performance is sort of murky and dreary throughout. And then you just capstone it with this beautiful instrumental outro section that just, it keeps you in that like murky water swaying, and you know that you really shouldn't be wading in this water, but it's kind of comfortable being there. And when you get the guitar solos, I mean, it just keeps you hooked right in. I do think there's a little bit of an issue with the actual recording quality here. It's causing some of the actual notes to bleed into one another, but that's more of just like a pedantic point. Let's talk about the meaning, or at least as much meaning as I can kind of derive from Decoration Day before we jump into Sinkhole here. I've got the lyrics pulled up on the side. Let me share them with y'all. There we go. It's Decoration Day, and I've a mind to roll a stone on his grave, But what would he say? Keeping me down, boy, won't keep you away. It's Decoration Day, and I knew the Hill Boys would put him away, but my daddy wasn't afraid. He said we'd fight to the last Lawson's last living day. So I guess, in retrospect, it's setting up the conflict early between the Hill Boys and the Lawsons, so the family of the Lawsons and the Hills. I never knew how it all got started. A problem with Holland before we were born, and I don't know the name of that boy we tied down and beat till he just couldn't walk anymore. Violence begets violence. Vengeance begets vengeance. There's never an end once it starts. People just don't want to stop. It goes tit for tat, back and forth, because it's always justified, and it can be perpetually justified because your forefathers were violent towards one another, and now you owe them comeuppance, and back and forth you go in this never-ending positive feedback loop, straight to the bottom. Just never-ending violence. But I know the caliber in Daddy's chest, and I know what Holland Hill drives. The state let him go, but I guess it was best, because nobody needs all us Lawsons alive. Daddy said one of the boys had come by, the lumberman's favorite son. He said, beat him real good, but don't dare let him die, and if you see Holland Hill, run. I mean, it's just describing more of the way that they are re-indoctrinating themselves in the world of violence and still committing ill actions that are going to lead to more violence. Now I said they ain't give us trouble before, that we ain't brought down on ourselves, right? They're giving us trouble now, but we also gave it to ourselves. We allowed them to justify their action through our action. But a chain on my back and my ear to the floor, and I'll send all the Hill Boys to hell. I'll send all the Hill Boys to hell. So kind of doubling down on the feud again. It's Decoration Day, and I've got a family in Mobile Bay, and they've never seen my daddy's grave, but that don't matter. It ain't marked anyway. That's interesting because here it's almost like the family that we have, they don't even really know the origin story of all of this beefing. And we don't really mark his grave anyways. It's never really been a bother, but we're going to continue the violence anyways. Because I got dead brothers in Lauderdale South, and I got dead brothers in East Tennessee. My daddy got shot right in front of his house. He had no one to fall on but me. It's Decoration Day, and I've a mind to go spit on his grave. If I was a hill, I'd have put him away, and I'd fight to the last Lawson's last living day. I'd fight to the last Lawson's last living day, and then once more here. And now I'm sort of confused, because maybe at the end there's a bit of a switch, because he's willing to spit on his daddy's grave, and assuming they're Lawsons, he doesn't respect his father. And he understood why he got what was coming to him, yet he's still going to fight in the name of his family, the Lawsons, because he's lost brothers. So it's kind of complex, actually, because he has this disdain for his father, but love for his brothers, and they're all Lawsons at the end of it. So he's still going to fight for them, and no matter where the violence started, it doesn't matter, because it's going to continue for one reason or another. It's a very, very interesting song, and I love songs that talk about these very kind of murky scenarios in our in our existences. You can even look geopolitically to see plenty of examples of never-ending violence, but it's always justified. When will we learn? Let's jump into Sinkhole. It's a bit gothic somehow. Very, very lofty melodies.
bailout down. Banker man let into me, let into me, let into me. Banker man let into me, he's flipping bank around. He thinks I ain't got a lick of sense, cause I talk slow and money spent. I ain't the type to hold it against, but you better stay off my farm. Simple, the daddy's and the daddy's.
There's a lot of lyrics in this song here.
And his daddy's before, and his daddy's before. 5 generations of an unlocked door and a loaded burglar alarm.
A lot of syllables.
Lots of pictures of a pretty family, lots of pictures of a pretty family, lots of pictures of a pretty family in the house where we was born. The house stood through 5 tornadoes, droughts and floods and 5 tornadoes. And rather wrestle an alligator who wants the bankers going. See on in with me in the eye, just takes the land of a bottle of chai, pen and paper and a friendly smile. He said the deed was done. Sound here's my daddy spinning, sound here's my daddy spinning, sound here's my daddy spinning over what the banker done.
I feel like it's another song sort of about family. I'm vibing with this riff a lot.
Bury's body in the old sinkhole. Bury's body in the old sinkhole. Bury's body in the old sinkhole. The cold leopard sky. Damn if it wouldn't go to church on Sunday. Damn if it wouldn't go to church on Sunday. Damn if it wouldn't go to church on Sunday with the preacher in the eye.
I'm definitely going to need to do the lyrical deep dive on this one. Wow. It's very interesting. Oops, I didn't mean to click that. A very interesting song here. I'm kind of struggling with the meaning of this one. I like the riff, that do 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 do. Or I think it was even, I don't think it resolved on the 1. I think it resolved on the 7th or 6th scale degree. Yeah, let's go through these lyrics and see if we can understand the meaning here. And maybe there is some relation to what we heard in Decoration Day, because it is a little bit about family here. Are you able to see this? There you go. I've always been a religious man. I've always been a religious man. But I met the banker and it felt like sin. He turned my bailout down. The banker man, he let into me. He let into me. He let into me. The banker man, he let into me and spread my name around. He thinks I ain't got a lick of sense because I talk slow and my money's spent. Now I ain't the type to hold it against, but he better stay off my farm. Yeah, so the banker is messing with their family. He's not giving them the bailout that he wants. And now get off the farm. Because it was my daddy's and his daddy's before and his daddy's before and his daddy's before. 5 generations and an unlocked door and a loaded burglar alarm. So we've owned this land forever. Get off our property now because we are entitled to this land. You cannot be taking it away from us. And I think a loaded burglar alarm is actually like one of those setup shotguns. I need to quickly Google this. Meaning. Loaded burglar alarm meaning. Based on the provided search results, the term loaded in the context of a burglar alarm likely means the system is active and ready to respond to a detected intrusion. So this kind of like, to me, is like the shotgun in the closet kind of thing, because they're prepared. Like the door's unlocked. If anybody wants to break in, go ahead. But if you don't belong here, that shotgun is going to be the thing to tell you. Lots of pictures of my Purdy family. Lots of pictures of my Purdy family in the house where I was born. House has stood through 5 tornadoes, droughts, floods, and 5 tornadoes. I'd rather wrestle an alligator than to face the banker's scorn. Yeah, because you can deal with a lot of the craziness that even nature brings to you, but once it becomes another man's fixation to ruin you, to lead with greed and have no other end in sight, you're just like cannon fodder to them. They will take your property, they will take your house, they will take everything you've ever worked for. Because he won't even look me in the eye. He just takes my land and apologizes. With pen, paper, and a friendly smile, he says the deed is done. Right? Friendly smile. Not really friendly for real. It's more of a devilish one. The sound you hear is my daddy spinning over what the banker done. So I think spinning in this context is like raging, yelling, getting angry. So you hear him spinning, like losing his marbles. Like to invite him for some pot roast beef and mashed potatoes and sweet tea, followed up with some banana pudding and a walk around the farm. Show him the view from McGee Town Hill. Let him stand in my shoes and see how it feels to lose the last thing on earth that's real. I'd rather lose my arms and legs. It's like this is all an effort to try to get the banker to empathize with you by letting him live a day in your shoes, walk a mile in your shoes. But we all know he's not going to do that. They act impersonally for a reason. It's so that they cannot be convinced of of actual human value otherwise. And a lot of capitalistic structures, they are not there to serve humans. They are there to serve the bottom dollar. Bury his body in the old sinkhole. Bury his body in the old sinkhole under cold November sky. Them damned if I wouldn't go to church on Sunday, damned if I wouldn't go to church on Sunday and look the preacher in the eye. See, this right here tells you that this person, the narrator, has conviction in offing this banker, because otherwise he wouldn't be able to look the preacher in the eye because he felt like he did something wrong. But he can confidently say, this man is taking my livelihood. He is trampling on land that he has no business trampling on. He's literally sullied my very existence, all of my blood, sweat, and tears that have gone into this creation, and my entire family and generations of my family are now going to suffer at your hands. Absolutely not. And I am well within my human rights to enact my own protective mechanism, whatever that looks like, and now I'm not going to have any regrets about it. I can ask for forgiveness from the Lord. I can, tell the preacher my sins and go through that. I believe it's what is the name for that? Confession. I can do all of that, and I can still feel proud of myself at the end of the day because I stood up for my family. So interestingly, both of these songs, now I get why they were kind of played back to back. They both have to do with, backing up family, standing up for what you think is right. Though the first song definitely ends up in a cycle of violence, I think the second song makes a lot more human sense to me. And I guess it is still human to enact and reenact violence in these cyclical patterns, but family, we all got to love our families, keep them safe. This is the extension of who we are. Those of us who have loving families who care about us and want the best for us, they're also going to act in accordance of non-violence and not letting things get to the point that they do. But if somebody ever is to victimize a member of my family, I'm going to fight for them. Absolutely. I would lay down my life for a family member of mine in a heartbeat. There's no second guessing it. So these were two very fun songs today. It took me a little bit of time to get through the actual meaning of these tracks, but I think in the end I got there. But of course, let me know what you guys thought of Drive-By Truckers today and of these songs. Be very curious to hear your perspectives there. But I hope you enjoyed the reaction today. I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care and peace.